All right. Hello. How are you doing? It's Courier Girl here, and I am ready to do another Courier job search. Today we are heading over to Ocala. Am I saying that right? Ocala, Florida. And we're going to do a Courier job search. Now, before I did this job search, I was not familiar with this town, but one of my viewers told me there aren't a lot of jobs there. So I decided to do a Google search. And first, what I did is I did the map on Google Maps. And I found out that Ocala is a little town right about here, and it's not too far from Gainesville. I think about 40 minutes away. And if you go south, Orlando is like an hour and a half away. I actually did some map searches here. So it was an hour, 25 minutes, so about an hour and a half, and Gainesville is about 40 minutes away. So when we're looking at small towns, if they don't have a lot of work themselves, sometimes you have to look at the bigger surrounding towns. Okay, the other thing is, and this is something I haven't talked about before, but I want to talk about it because I was doing a little research on the area. Look at the wiki page or at their city website or something like that. First of all, you'll get their county, because you can do a county search as well as a city search. You can get their population, and you can get a little bit about the town. So this is a big horse and farm town. Over 400 thoroughbred farms and training centers. So that tells me, just right off the top of my head, ooh, I bet there are business opportunities for supporting the horsing industry. I'm sure there are people that are hauling horses for people. I'm sure there are people who are bringing supplies to people, whether it's, hay or farming supplies or horsing supplies. So if there is not courier work, which we're going to look for in a minute, you could put your thinking cap on and start saying, how can I support this huge horsing industry? Can I be the person doing errands for people? Can I go to all the tack shops and farm stores and bring them their orders because they're too busy to do it? Kind of become the Instacart of horse things. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking about different things that you could do because I'm always have my entrepreneurial hat on. So even though this is a courier video, put that in the back of your head, not just for this town, but for your own town as well. Look up the Wikipedia, look up the town website, type in things to do in my town, and you might start getting all sorts of business ideas. Even if you've lived there your whole life, I bet there are things you don't know. So that's something to think about. Now let's get started on the actual courier. All right. Okay. So let's go over to our search, and we're going to do courier. We're going to do courier services in Ocala, Florida. All right. So remember, we're going to go down to courier services, and there are not a lot right here. And that's what my viewer said. There are not a lot right here. So we're just going to go to view all and see what comes up. We get more when we do the view all. Let's get rid of this timer thing. That's the timer that says I'm recording. So Courier Express is a mailing service, most likely, because it says right here, a mailing service. And we're going to open them in a new tab and see what they're about. Courier, messenger, and delivery service. So they do Central Florida and the entire Southeast U.S. So they're actually pretty good. Serving Central Florida for over 15 years, that means that they have some history. They do mail runs, mortgages, that's probably to courts for filing and stuff. Same day courier service to Orlando. And one thing that we're going to do a little bit further in this video, I'm not going to make it a whole video about Orlando, but we are going to look at some of these other towns, because sometimes you have to go further out and say, hey, what have you got going to my town? Because sometimes the courier services aren't going to be found in your own small town. So stat delivery is available throughout the state of Florida. That means you can pick it up right there and take it, like drive it 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours to get it to right where it needs to go. And they have box trucks available for bigger loads. So contact us. I would just call them. Here's their address. You can also drive by and see what you think of the place. I have not talked about that before, but sometimes when I'm thinking about dealing with a company, like a courier company, I might drive by. Is it in somebody's house? Do they have like an office or a storefront? If you're just doing courier work, you don't need a retail establishment. It doesn't need to look pretty, and even in somebody's house can be okay, but it helps to know kind of what you're dealing with, get a vibe for the area. So that's one right there. Go Delivery Express. They are on 25th Avenue. They do Gainesville and nearby areas. Custom online deliveries, residential, commercial. They started in 2013. Messenger service, delivery service. Let's see, all sorts of different things. So I would contact us and see what is available. Again, you know that I am always talking about calling people versus emailing. I think it's a little bit more personal, and I think that can put you a little bit ahead of the game in this world of in-personal contact. So let's see what else. Oscar's delivery service. I had a cat named Oscar once. That's kind of cool. That is in Oscar's Auto Service or Auto Center. I don't know. What do they do? Do they deliver cars to and from? Do they just do regular deliveries? This person does not like them. And he responded, Oscar responded, so I would call and ask what they do. Could be something that you're interested in. Here's their phone number right here. Triple Crown Logistics. Let's see. There's their mission statement. These are all the different places that they do shipping to. So they are not just a small company. Let's check service areas. So here's another list of all their service areas. And services offered, stats. Just because it has a picture of all these vans doesn't mean they're all their vans. I've seen people use stock photos or even go to a dealership or something like that. So it could be theirs, but it could be somebody else's. It doesn't really say here. Here's their number. They have an 800 number and they have a sales number or sales email. Now this might be their sales office, and once you call and say that you're looking for work as a courier, they might have a different number or a contact name to call for that. Okay. Triple Crown Logistics. This is the same. Let's see. Let's check this out here. This does not have an address. Let's see if this is the same website. Yes, same website. And if you look on this listing right here, it has a local number as well. So that may be another number that you can call. Selective Enforcement Agency. That sounds like all FBI, doesn't it? I am not sure. Let's see. They're a full-time company dedicated to the service of process. Let's look at this website. This is not their website. This is like where it's Manta, so it's where they have a profile. You know, a lot of these companies, and that's smart if you're in business, will put stuff about their profile all over the internet because they want to become more well known. So let's get rid of this ad. I don't fully license experienced process servers. I looks like documents and court things, and I am not sure what this is all about. Let's look it up. What is service of process? Okay, so they're doing like serving court orders and things like that. If you have an experience in that might be something to look into. It says licensed and trained, so there would be some licensing requirement and something like that, but maybe that's something that you are interested in getting into. All right, Hack Barth Delivery Service. $19.75. They have big trucks, little trucks, in between trucks, cars. They're showing you that they do a whole bunch of different things there. So, last mile delivery, drive with us. They do have a drive with us. So they're looking for people with vans. However, there's a car in this picture, so they may have other work too. I wouldn't just not contact them because they say that. I would just say, do you have any sedan work or car work if that's what you have? Or if you have a minivan like I do, you could even call them for that because sometimes they do have that kind of work, even though that's not always what they do. You have to have a drug screen. And here are their requirements. Let's see, you can email or you can call these numbers. And they do have a list of job openings, but I would not, it just says we are hiring. So even if they had a list of job openings, and let's say that none of them were what you think, none of them are what you're looking for, still contact them because who knows what they're going to have open next week or next month. You want to start making as many contacts as possible because you want to start growing your network of courier-related people so that you can get wind of things before they become common knowledge. Pick it up for you. I like that. They don't have a website. It's phone number. Give them a call. No reviews or anything like that. They do groceries, restaurant orders, liquors, documents, flowers. I think they're just a general purpose. Could even be one person picking it up, you know. I'll pick it up and I'll take it where you need. Personal service center. Let's see. This has got a retail establishment. And let's see what they do here. You can rent boxes, pack and ship, mailbox center. Go back. I want to see this picture still. Insurance, printing. They do Fedex ship center. They do a lot of different things. So do I see anything about... I do not see anything about actual courier stuff. So even though they're listed under there, let's just close. We're going to skip that one. All right, FedEx Ship Center, we know what that is. FedEx On Site, we know what this is. MetaFirst Carriers, their couriers are going to be doing medical delivery. You can tell by the Yes, you can tell by the name. They do not have a website, so you could call them. And just because you don't have medical courier experience doesn't mean that they won't hire you. If you're good at what you do, you're detailed, you're honest, you're reliable, all that kind of stuff, those are big qualities that people are looking for. You know, the courier services that I know of personally, like people that I know who are working there, who work with me, they're all hurting for employees right now. You know, we have this huge shortage of workers, and courier companies are no exemption from that. We are looking for good drivers, and the good drivers they have, they would work us 24/7 if they could. In fact, I had to kind of cut back a little bit because I'd been working so much for the last month that I just wore myself out. And, you know, they would have had me work all weekend too. In fact, today is one of the first days I've had off in a really long time. So I'm happy to do that because I'm happy to have it off because I'm happy to be able to do this video. I was running out of time to do it. All right, Mail Sort Inc. See, they do not have a website. These guys are out of business. All right, we're just going to, it's mailing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. FedEx on site, FedEx ship. All right, we're just going to stop there with here, and I'm going to do a courier services in Gainesville, Florida, because that's just up the road. It's like less than an hour away, and we're going to see what we find here, because you could find them going back and forth to your town. You can also do your county and the towns around you. We've already talked about that. We Go Couriers. We have not found that one before, so no, we don't want to do that. We want to open it in a new tab so we can keep our search open, right? Okay, quotes, courier services, HIPAA compliant, that tells you they're doing medical stuff, non-medical, let's see, stats, same day, route it, hot shots, cargo, all sorts of different things that they do. Delivery area, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, quite a bit of places. Look at all the cities in Florida. There's Ocala, plus all these other cities. So contact us. Let's see. We're at the team, right? Our amazing team. Contact. There is a phone number, there is an email, and there is a web form. So you can contact them and see what they have available. Just tell them what city you're in and that you are looking for somebody that covers both. Swamp Train Couriers, I like that name. Okay. Ooh, these blue and white stripes are bold. HIPAA compliant, TSA certified, licensed. Now, if you're not like HIPAA trained or anything, a lot of these companies can do that for you. So the owners and the company are all certified, and then the people who work under them, they can get you trained. They don't expect everybody to be like a highly trained person coming in. Let's see, court filings, document solutions, homebound individuals that need medication picked up and delivered, pharmacies, prisons, all sorts of things like that. So they do a whole bunch of different things. Here's their phone number, here's their email. Let's see, does it say anything about, it does not say anything about jobs. However, there is a Facebook link. So if, you know, if you're on Facebook, you can Facebook stalk them for a little while. See what you think about them. It also does not say what their coverage is. They might just be local to Gainesville, but they might go other places. Or even if they're not going other places, you just don't know. The timing could be perfect that you call them and they're like, wow, we really need somebody to go out to Ocala and we're not finding anyone to do it. I'm so glad you called. You just don't know. So don't be shy about contacting these companies. Personalized postal courier. Okay, let's check them out. Gainesville and nearby areas. Looks like they have a painted truck, but that doesn't mean all of their trucks are that way. They may be using individual couriers, medical deliveries, on-call, inter-office mail routes. Let's see. So here are some of the different things that they do, and you can call us. Here's their phone number real little at the bottom. Is it also at the top? That's funny. It's not. Yeah, there it is right there. And you can go to contact us and see if they have a phone number. And here is their coverage area. So pretty big. All right. It does not have an actual email in there, but it does have a phone number and that contact form. Let's see. Not this. Courier Express. Couriers, parcels, freight, warehousing. They're a pretty big company. Over 1,000 vehicles operated a day. That is a huge company. They're probably using individuals as well as employees. Let's see. National, they are part of CX Logistics. Independent contractors, delivery contractors wanted. There you go. Let's get started and see what we do with this. Contract and delivery. Submit information, meet the requirements, download the app, and start delivering and earning. Flexible routes, get paid weekly. You have to be 18 plus. You have to have your own vehicle. Look, all of these things work. Motor vehicle report, clean background check and drug screen, auto insurance. There you go. So, regional contract, Atlanta Courier region, Central and South Florida. You would probably be going out of the Orlando office. Carolina, Gulf South, Mid-South, North Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Western Carolina. Look at all of these places that they are. So I would call the Tampa office, or no, it's not Tampa, sorry, Orlando, or just fill out this form. You know, just because you're filling out a form doesn't mean that you're like signing your life away. You're finding out information. You can always say no later. Express Employment Professionals. This is a employment agency. It's interesting that they're coming up under courier work. They probably help courier companies find people. So I don't see the need to go through an employment company for this type of work, but it's something to think of if you really are running into a dead end yourself. Fedex, Makiti Express Cargo, Florida. Gainesville website. Let's see. Looks like they are all over the darn place. Air and sea freight. They came from the Philippines, and I think they're international. Now, I don't know if they doesn't even have a local. All right, these are franchises. Okay, so France, let's see if there are any franchises in Gainesville, Florida. New York, Jersey City, Florida. Oh, they are in Gainesville, Florida. So you could call them, even though they're part of a big company and they're a franchise, you could see what's what with them. So, yeah. Oh, they got one in Ohio too, but not on my side of Ohio. So I would contact them right here in Gainesville and see what they have going on. Even though we're not technically doing Gainesville, that could be really helpful. In fact, I think we're going to turn it into a Gainesville and Ocala job search. Let's see, JJ Enterprise Courier Service. Give them a call. They don't have a website, doesn't mean anything. Let's see if we have anything. Local guide. Huh. Oh, that's always a pleasure. That is a review in a place called the local guide. Winter Garden, Florida. Let's go ahead and see what they're all about. Even though they don't have a website, you can sometimes find their profile somewhere. Winter Garden, Florida, part of other professional, scientific, and technical services. That just means they had to pick from a list, and that's what they picked. 5 employees and $500,000 in sales. And sales figures modeled, that means they made it up. It doesn't really tell us very much about them. So call and see, number one, if they really even are a courier, because they may or may not be, and what kind of services they offer and how you can help them out. 352 delivery website. Top rated restaurant delivery. So, and Gainesville, the University of Florida. And I think this might be just for Gainesville. So if you're in Gainesville, this is awesome. If you're in Ocala, which is what we started with, maybe not what you're looking for, but we're going to leave it up there because it could work for you. FedEx Dropbox, A2 Global Shipping. Isn't this a beautiful website? Discounted door-to-door international parcel service. So this is international. Probably not for couriers. They're taking your luggage or your boxes or something and shipping them internationally. So we're going to leave that one off. Okay, so we have done Ocala and we have done Gainesville. And I'm not going to do Orlando, like I said in the beginning, because that is a huge area and could be its very own search. However, this is a good idea of how you'll find different companies in surrounding cities, and you might be able to find courier work that goes between the two cities as well as locally. So let's do job searches real quick. Courier jobs, Ocala, Florida, and then we'll do Gainesville. Okay, jobs, 100 plus more jobs. Always says 100 plus more jobs. Okay. Blood Center is looking for a courier. Blood and blood products from customers in other branches. This is telling me, it says inspect delivery vehicle daily. Run errands, documents. Moving shipments with a hand truck. I think they're looking for a CDL benefits package. So this is a W-2 salary job, and it doesn't pay very well. So I probably wouldn't be very interested in this one. Box truck delivery driver, independent contract courier. Let's see. Owner operators for Ocala, and they want somebody who already has a box truck. Yeah, so this is what they're looking for, and they have routes. And now, if you don't have a box truck, then you would have to look at, like, I didn't have a van when I started, and I went out and bought a van. So because I saw that I could do more work in a van than with my car, because my car was really little and it really limited what I could do. So if you get a really good deal for a box truck and you can make enough money to not only give you a living, but pay for that truck and the gas and the maintenance and everything, then a box truck can be really super lucrative because not as many people have them. So if you have one and you take care of it, that's important, and you can cover the gas, you got to figure out all those costs, and you can still make a living. It could be something worth looking into. Maybe not at first, maybe in the future, but don't discount that totally. Okay. Here's another one. They want, oh no, that's just the one we just looked at. Geek Squad Home Delivery. That is from Best Buy. That is, I believe, a W-2 position. Quest is looking for, Quest Diagnostics is a lab like LabCorp. And Quest, from what I know about them, they have mostly employees that drive the Quest cars, but sometimes they have independent contractors that do it as well. All right, let's look at, where were we? Gainesville. Courier jobs in Gainesville. Cardinal Health, that is a medical position. It does not say if it is a W-2 job or a contractor job. They're out of actually Dublin, Ohio, which is a couple hours from me, but they have tons of employees and they have obviously an office in Gainesville. Let's see, we're going to skip the Amazons. LabCorp, Medical Courier, they're just like Quest, which we just talked about. And they're using LabCorp vehicles, so you are going to be an employee. Let's see, Courier Express, we already talked about them. They're looking for people with a van or, yeah, with a van. Cannabis dispensary, they're looking for probably a W-2 job. But you'd have to, this doesn't say the name of it. You would have to look for more information there. Optimal US Logistics. Work independently doesn't always mean you're a contractor. Career opportunity, certification. I think this is probably a W-2 job. Okay, so we have jobs in both Ocala and in Gainesville, and you can see how there's a lot of overlap. And just a final reminder to look, if you're in a small town, look at the towns around you, look at your county, look at the big cities that are within an hour away, because a lot of them will have runs back and forth. So, having said that, I hope you found this really helpful and informative. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do your town next, and I will see you on the road.